So just only basic. So you can able to use command line interface. You can able to change permissions. You can do all these notifications, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, changing up. Yeah, I know. I have an idea on that.
Okay. So which means basic commands you are having idea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm asking. Actually, this DevOps is related with the Linux because so the command line interface we are going to use command line interface. Correct.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
the reason you should have a knowledge on this Linux part. So these
Okay.
like ls whatever is basic commands I'm asking like ls command, ll command, chmod command, and if you want to create a file, so how can you create a file in this Linux?
Uh,
For example,
Actually,
my requirement is actually you need to create one empty file. How can you do that?
okay. I forgot those comments actually.
Okay, okay. So shall we start with Linux then,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah. We can start.
Instead
Today
of
you are going to start.
yeah,
Hello.
today we can start directly.
Okay.
So why can't we? Why should we wait for longer time? So let us start for the good things today itself.
Okay.
So you don't have any plans for at least for half an hour or 1 hour, right?
Yeah, yeah. I am free today all the day
Okay,
today.
okay then. So let us start with the Linux initially.
Okay.
So then after Linux, we'll start this DevOps in AWS. Sorry, Docker and all these tools because
Okay.
you need to remember these commands right first
Yeah, yeah.
actually. So then while you are using AWS, how you will use? Did you use Linux machines or what?
For AWS, we used Windows missions actually.
Windows
Uh,
machines. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So do you have an idea about Windows commands?
Windows commands like services.msc, the basic commands.
Right, right, right. That's what I'm asking.
Basically, Windows is different from Linux, right? Because we don't need to do any command. It is a total user and experience. Like we can directly use like a mobile for Windows.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, yeah.
User and experience also, and we do have a batch commands. So for those batch CLI also we can utilize. So that's what
Okay.
if for Windows we can use CLI also. PowerShell commands will be there, right?
Yeah, yeah. PowerShell commands. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's start with the Linux. I'll go back to.
Are you sharing something screen or
No.
anything?
I did not state anything.
Okay, okay.
I'm just opening my documents.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'll start with the introduction itself. Okay. Let us go with the
Yeah.
scratch first. So then
Yeah.
it is easy, right?
Yeah.
So you can able to reiterate yourself also. You can remember everything, right?
Yeah.
All right. So one second. Okay. One second. Let me share my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. 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 So initially, I will take time to set up all these things because So in Linux, actually, we have a flavors. Okay, we do have flavors in Linux, right?
Yeah.
For example, you have used Windows, right? That's why I'm actually taking it as a reference. So
Okay.
Windows, we do have a different flavors. So we need to talk about history first. Okay, in Windows, we used to use earlier Windows XP. I used actually this in 2011, 2010. At the time, I have used Windows XP. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Windows 98 also I have used. Okay, Windows Vista. Okay, and Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11. Okay, so these are all actually flavors. Okay, versions in called in this Windows versions. Windows 98, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. Okay, so these are
Yes.
all actually operating system versions actually.
Yeah.
Okay, for Windows, this is for operating system. Okay, this is for Windows operating for system for normal computers. Okay, systems, laptops, all this kind of. At the
Yeah.
same time, we do have actually servers also to run the applications. Okay, we used to have a 2008 server, Windows 2008 server.
Yeah.
Okay,
2012,
yeah,
2012 R.
yes, we do have a 2012 server, 2016 server. I
Nine.
actually used 2012. Okay, after that I
Yeah.
did not use Linux, sorry, Windows servers. 2019. Okay, and also maybe 2022. After that, not sure what version is
No
currently.
more. Only 2022.
Okay, so maybe. So currently, maybe this is 2022, but I used actually 2012 server.
Okay.
Okay, so same way we do have flavors for Unix. Okay,
Okay.
Unix is actually operating system.
Okay.
First, initially, for same like for Windows. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super.
So yeah, before going to discuss about flavors, so they have actually they have their own code actually. So Windows or Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft written their own code for operating system for computers, right? Same way, uh, Unix also written a separate operating system. Okay, separate OS code, source code. I'm talking about. Okay, so Unix actually written source code as compared to Windows. This is completely different. This is user UI. Okay, this is actually pictorial representation. This is as CLI UI. Okay, command line interface. We have to use command line interface for the Unix, and Windows is for
UI.
so pictorial representation. Okay, this
Yeah.
UI is different actually. We can see the pictures. Okay,
Yeah.
we can
We
click the
can see the
picture,
icons.
but not as compared to this. It is different because we have to use command line interface here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Unix actually main source code for all the Linux and all. Okay, first actually Unix. Um, the first operating system. So Unix has different flavors. Okay, so Linux is one flavor. Next AIX and HP. Okay, Solaris. What I'm trying actually. So using this Unix flavor, Unix source code, this Linux operating system has been created, and also AIX also. What HP did, HP also taken this Unix source code
As a
and
source code. Yeah.
actually written separate HP for a operating system for HP is different operating system for HP servers.
Okay.
Okay, so Apple, what Apple did, Apple also written their own operating system, their own source code using by taking reference of Unix source code. iOS actually designed their own operating system. Okay, and
Okay.
same Solaris also. Okay, so these actually whatever this Unix is actually open source. This open source code taken as a reference, and they have actually written their own. They have actually modified according to their need. And this Linux, what Linux is, they actually modified Unix and made Linux actually. Linus, Linus is actually this Unix source code. Linus. I think there's too much noise. Uh, getting noise, Rakesh. Too much.
Noise.
Yeah, I'm getting too much noise. Or else you can keep in mute sometimes. I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
If
Now is it fine?
a little bit okay, but earlier it was too much. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, because of fan, I guess.
Maybe that is the reason. So some okay, fine. So this Linus Torvalds, actually he is the author for Linux. Okay. So this man, what he has done. So this Linus Torvalds has also designed a separate operating system which is Linux. Okay, and also one second. Hello, can I call you back? I'll call you. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rakesh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
By using this source code, main operating system, main Unix source code, Linus Torvalds did actually. He has developed his own Linux operating system. Okay, and
Yeah.
also he made this Linux operating system in. He made it as open source again.
Okay.
Okay, he made open source again, but using this as a reference, Unix operating system, AX, HP, iOS, Solaris, or IBM something. So these companies, they actually developed more. Okay, better you can keep mute, Rakesh. I think still I'm getting noise. Anyways, we just I'm requesting you for avoiding the noise. Okay, so these companies have written and they modified according to their need. But Linus Torvalds, what he did, he actually using how we got the name Linux, because of Linus Torvalds. His name is actually Linus, Nilinus. Okay,
Yeah.
Linus. See this Linus. Okay, in this Lin they have used ux ux Linus. This much he has taken, and he added with the Unix also. So
Oh,
he made actually something like this, two different for naming new operating system. He made like this, which is called as Linux. For this Linux also, actually he is actually very much good guy, because these AX, HP, iOS, and they Solaris, Solaris and Sun Microsystems and all. So they actually did uh, their modification according to their modification, and they made it as a private. They did not release into the outside market. Okay, so they are actually selfish people for their own kind of applications and operating system, their systems and servers. They are utilizing, they modified and they are utilizing for themselves. But what Linus did is, he actually made a name called Linux, and he again kept in the public. He made it as a open source. Okay, so this Linux open source, it is published in market. So again, other companies from this, again other companies called RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Limited. Red Hat company has taken reference again this Linux code. Okay, and also CentOS taken reference this open source and made a CentOS operating system, and also Amazon also taking it as a reference. They have actually taken reference Amazon Linux made. So now you might have seen in Linux EC2 instance. So you might have seen while you are creating EC2 instance, you can see Amazon Linux also for as a operating system.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and
Yes.
also Ubuntu, Solaris. I think Solaris I said here that was wrong. So Solar is also available, and SUSE. See, in this also using Linux operating system, Linux source code, or RHCL, Red Hat actually made their own operating system, but it is not open source. CentOS, it is, I think it is open source. Amazon Linux, it is not open source. They actually made it for AWS. Okay, this is not this operating system whatever they made it for their organization, so that is not available as a open source. Ubuntu is open source. Okay, Solaris is not open source, SUSE is not open source. Clear? So that's why we can utilize Linux is open source. So this is available, this source code is also available. Okay, and Ubuntu is open source. We can able to download Ubuntu from internet, right? So and here you see this. If you see the history, actually it is Unix is developed in 1960 80 and T Bell Labs. It is actually this invented by Bell Labs. Unix is a powerful multitasking multi-user operating system. Okay, so it is for stability, security, flexibility. It's often used in servers and workstations, embedded systems, games. That's why. So it is very highly secured, even for in ethical hacking and cyber security. Most probably they will use Linux. In movies also you might have seen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They will not show Windows machines. They will show Linux only, right? So that's why it is highly stability, secure, and flexibility. Okay, so and
What means stability? I mean, how it can be stable? Uh,
yeah, I'll tell you. So for example, um, yeah, so Windows is there. Okay, so Windows, I'll tell you 1 second. Yeah, for example, Windows, it might be you are using Windows 11. Okay, for suppose this not sure about Windows 11 currently. Maybe if it is default or not for all the systems if you buy the laptop. But for suppose if some companies selling the laptops without this operating system, is it correct? So this is not open source. Still again, this again you need to buy operating system. Okay, Windows operating system is not free. Currently you might be using with the cracked versions. Cracked is not actually completely full operating system. Okay, so they will release continuously, they will release some kind of updates. Okay, so if you don't update, if your system is not completely full version, okay, then there are chances there is no stability in your operating system. It will not be support for many softwares. Okay, but here in Unix or Linux, so they actually opened everything. So if any kind of updates, for suppose you need an update, then while you are installing the software. Okay, for example, I'm going to install Python 3, some version. Okay, if you use Python 3 version, so it will not actually run at the time. It will show you need to update. So at that time you need to, whenever you try to update your machine, so after that immediately this will support to your whatever you are trying to download packages. Okay, clear? So then the system is stable. Is it correct?
Yeah, yeah. Now got.
And security also. And security, I
Yeah.
will tell you again, comes to security. So
No,
for
security and
Windows,
flexibility, I am aware of it.
yes,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
for Windows, actually, it is easy because it is actually pictorial representation. Anyone can able to access this Windows.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, correct. So there are a lot of chances to hack this easily. Okay, and Unix is not that much easy, right? So actually, if you want to enter with the passwords, and also for everything, you need to enter the commands. Okay, this is actually designed for commands. Even if you want to utilize or if you want to create a folder, so you need to run the command. Okay, so this is completely command line interface. That's why it is highly secured. So it does not allow hackers, right? And also, so it is also used for servers like Windows servers and all. Okay, embedded systems, embedded systems. I'm not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
aware of it, but I heard about this
Yeah,
embedded
I am aware
systems
of it.
for like
Like ATM missions and everything.
right,
Those are the
ATM
fancy
missions
missions.
and PLC missions,
I,
mechanical related missions, electrical related missions, some programmed related
yeah,
missions
program.
which are related to program.
Yeah, the combination of hardware and software.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah,
these kind of embedded systems also it is we are using this, right?
yeah,
And games, for games also, right? So most probably you might have seen in Nokia phones like a snake game. So you are going to add dots. It is the snake size is increasing continuously. So
yeah,
those
yeah.
those kind of games also designed by this Linux operating system using that. Okay, and so if it comes to little more about this, already I said his actually founder name is Linus Torvalds. Linux is a free and open source operating system inspired by Unix principles. So Unix principle is designed by AT&T Bell Labs. It utilized modular design with core kernel. Okay, so kernel in the sense here in this Linux kernel in the sense it's a operating system. Okay, in what is that? In Windows you will call operating system, but here actually terminology, in this terminology you can call kernel. Okay,
It's like host OS.
yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So handling core tasks like memory management, protocol control, sorry, process control and device drivers. So various software components built on top of the kernel. You see, he already given. So memory related, memory management, process related, processors are there, right? Process controls
Yeah, yeah.
and device drivers, device related drivers. Okay, various software components built on top of kernel. Okay, okay. So Linux is known for versatility, customization, and large community support. Linux is actually you have lot more large community support, right? So next, Unix flavors. As I said already, so we have Unix flavors in the picture I mentioned, right? Yeah, you see there are several various Unix flavors are there. So AIX is related to IBM. HP, Hewlett Packard, is actually also prepared their own. They actually designed and modified their own operating system for their applications and their infrastructure. Okay, and Apple made different operating system which is Mac OS. Okay, so they actually utilized Unix flavors. These are all comes under Unix flavors, but it is not open source. Right. Next, what are the Linux flavors? Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay, so these are all comes under Linux flavors. Okay, so why Linux? Linux has become a popular choice for various reasons. Open source, freely available. Okay, it's modify and distribute customizable also, highly configurable, fit specific needs. And security we discussed. Okay, versatility, what is versatility? Runs on a wide range of devices, from desktop servers, from desktop to servers, embedded system, etc., etc., supercomputers, all those. Okay, cost effective, no licensing fees for most distributions, but for Windows we need licensing system. Definitely without license you will not get operating system. Actually original operating system might be cost around 6,000 rupees, I think so, for Windows. But we don't have any cost for Linux. And also we do have a large vast community. Okay, extensive support for Linux. Okay, advantages of Linux: stability, designed for reliability, uptime crucial for servers and mission crucial applications. Okay, and security also very strong security we have. And user permissions, for example, if I take one file name called Lokesh, if I create a file name called Lokesh, so for this file, okay, I can keep it as a security. Okay, I can give the permissions, read permissions, write permissions, and executable permissions. Okay, but Windows not like that. Okay, if you want to share this, okay, with only, I don't want write and execution permissions, I can only give read permissions, I can give read permissions only. Okay, for every folder. Okay, entire your entire hierarchy, complete hierarchy, if you want to keep, you can keep a lot more permissions. So that is not easy to hack. Multitasking allows to run multiple programs concurrently. Lot, and for example, you are using Windows system, Windows operating system. If you open lot more, for example, your machine has 1 GB only for RAM, 1 GB RAM only. In this 1 GB RAM, you opened multiple softwares, okay, multiple applications, okay, multiple windows, okay. But whenever it reaches the peak point, if it is reaches 0.9, okay, or you can say simply 900 MB, okay, then system gets start hanging. Okay, so but in this case, in Linux is not like that. Linux actually, it is actually suitable for a lot more multiple programs. It runs at a time. We can run the multiple programs at a time. Okay, multi-user also supports multi-user working on the same system simultaneously. Okay, at a time you can use the same system simultaneously. Next, powerful shell scripting capabilities for automation purpose. Okay, next, open source. Okay, open source instance, it is available in the market, it is open source free. Okay, and you can use this Linux also as a source code, and you can write your own operating system if you are capable. Yes, you can also do this, right? Next, architecture of Linux. You see, we talked about kernel. What is kernel? The core of the system handling core tasks like memory management, process control, and device drivers, security. You see here, so these are all actually components. For example, I'll tell you, this is hardware, kernel, shell, applications. If there is a computer, first, normally, if you think about computer, what are the parts you will remember? Computer in the sense, maybe hard drives. Okay, or CPU, mouse, all this comes under hardware. Okay, drives, all those, mouse and keypads. So all these, whatever the physical devices are there, those are all comes under hardware. In this hardware, motherboard also will be there. So these are all comes under processor, motherboard, keyboard, mouse. These are all comes under hardware. Okay, also printers, disks, all this comes under hardware. On top of this hardware, so you might have hypervisor, in the sense uh, you might have operating system, correct? In our case it is kernel, okay? And on top of this we do have shell. Shell, in the sense it is a mediator in between you and you. For example, there are some application is running or your software is running, the interface, it is the mediator between interface to operating system, okay? So this is a structure, clear? Shell, in this is collection of software tools, libraries, utilizes, provides functionality for users, including the shell and applications, whatever. You clear? So this is actually kind of mediator. It will run, it will act as a mediator in between interface and operating system. Okay. So this is about architecture. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, this is actually hierarchy. Okay. So what is hierarchy? Hierarchy, in the sense of structure. Okay. So for example, I'll take some example. Um, State government is there. What is state government? State government has some hierarchy. PM is there. Under PM, I think ministers will be there. Ministers will be there. Ministers, separate department, IT and power, or what kind of departments are we have? Um, Not remembering.
Police department.
I think home department, I think so. This police and revenue, maybe
Yeah.
comes under, right? And
Administrative.
revenue, I think revenue separate, or something.
Administrative.
Administrative. So we can take these kind of some departments under, sorry, this is CM, right? I wrote PM. Okay. Under chief minister, under chief minister, these ministry will be there, correct? Under again this IT department, we have different roles, okay? Maybe like, so these kind of maybe different small departments will be there. So under this is actually big kind of, CM is kind of root directory. Okay, this is root director, he is a main person. Okay, under him, so it is a kind of IT, you can consider this is a power, this is home. Okay, you can consider this is administrative, etc etc, like that. Okay, under this itself, that if some CM if say something, definitely these ministers should be listen, right? So like that, there is an hierarchy is there. High level hierarchy is CM. Under this CM, ministries will be there, IT, or I can take power, I can take revenue, something, whatever. Okay, and under this IT, maybe you can consider district collector. Okay, or for maybe like that. Okay, under this district collector, I think MROs will be there. Okay, like this. So this is, you see, this high level to low level. Okay, this high level is CM, after that minister, after that collector, after that MRO, after that maybe secretary something, or some, I don't know much, clear? So this structure called hierarchy, clear? Please respond.
Yeah, yeah.
This structure, same kind of structure we need to follow in this Linux also, right? So this is actually, you can consider this is as a top level root directory. Top level root directory, clear? So this top
Yeah.
level to, under this to top level root directory, so this symbol is mandatory. Okay, if you keep something like this is, for example, is somewhere you mention like change directory like this, which means it will go to directly top level root directory. Clear? Okay, under this top level root directory we have a bin. Okay, binaries, booting system, while after restarting the system, okay, maybe after switching off your system, whenever you turn it again, turn it on your system again, there will be some gap will be there. That gap actually at the time the system will boot itself. Okay, and also while you are installing the operating system also, the time it will show. For example, you have actually one cd. In this cd drive your operating system is there, like example windows. What windows does, so once after starting this operating system installation till the end, whatever the process is there, this process is called as actually booting, this booting process. Okay, whenever you turn on the system also, whatever the gap is there, that gap is actually what the system files it will run. Okay, that is actually booting. Okay, this is operational related. This is again root. Why you might get little confused. Again you said here root, again you got root. Okay, this root is called top level root directory. Okay, this is home level root directory, which means this top level root directory having high level privileges, which means all privileges it is having. It can control everything. Okay, in this, if you change your directory, if you go to root top level root directory, it can do any kind of operations. Even if you want to crash the system, you can crash the system. So that much level permissions it does. Okay, it is having continuous all kind of privileges it does, right? And
Okay.
in this level whatever root is there, this is actually home level, which means user level root. Clear?
Yeah.
Next, this is dev related. Next, this is sbin. Okay, sbin means super bin. These are all, you can particular purpose. Every directory, there is particular purpose. etc, for example, this in this etc, whatever applications related. Okay, for example, I have a application. I am as a new company, I'm going to install one application on top of my server. Okay, these server related information, these kind of all libraries will store in etc. Okay, this home is also like this, it is also user, home user. Okay, and temporary files, you might have heard about this temporary files. These files will be there in windows also. Okay, temp files will store here, libraries will store here, users related will store here, media related, media means you know already. Okay, media related means your,
Yeah.
yeah, your folders related, these things.
Folders, files, data.
Yeah, these are all where means cache, logs related, logs
Okay.
data. Your cache will store in where. For
Okay.
example, there is an issue with your system.
Yeah, yeah. Mostly for troubleshooting, we use these
Yes,
path. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. For example, there is an issue with your system at the time where you need to go and check your logs. You need to go where directory, there you need to go inside the logs. So in this directory you can go inside, you can see your logs, whatever the things happened till now, you can go and check your logs. Okay, this is management related, system management related. Okay, and user related things, bin, libraries, has been, all this comes under this. Clear? This hierarchy is, they actually, linux is follow this, linux will follow this hierarchy very strictly,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I hope you can clear and see this. And I actually, the picture I have shown here for understanding, and again the same thing is repeating here, clear and for clear cut information. So bin means essential commands libraries for all users. Boot means for booting the system. Dev means all representing hardware related devices. etc means system configuration files. Okay, home means user, I said already, user home directories. Lib libraries, lib means libraries, whatever the libraries will store here. Sbin means system administration binaries will store here, system administration related. And temporary files, user specific programs, libraries, documentation, all. Okay, users means, for example, I as a Lokesh, created as a user, I have given some privileges to him to do some operations using Linux operating system. At the times you will do some operations, right? Those operations will store here. Okay, next, where variable data means logs, caches, etc. These will store in this where. Okay,
Okay.
next, these are all actually commands. Okay, this is all about Linux, just introduction about Linux.
It's like
Now we are
basically like a
going to,
file management, right? The hierarchy, file
yes,
system, and everything.
yeah.
Okay.
So whatever we had discussed till now, this is just introduction about Linux.
Okay.
So now after this, we'll go. We need to go. We need to enter into this commands. Maybe shall we take this class separate?
Sorry.
No, no. What I'm asking, what I'm telling is till here. So this is all about just introduction about Linux.
Okay.
This hierarchy, till hierarchy. So
Okay.
next we are going to discuss about the commands.
Okay.
Okay. Shall we discuss in this class, or let's go
Uh,
for next class? So what do you say?
So, next class, is there any class that we can take in the evening or?
Evening I will let you know.
Okay.
You are not much available in the daily basis, right? I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
you will be available. Sometimes it might not happen. In Sundays and weekends, it is possible for you, right? Most
Yeah. Yeah.
probably.
Possible.
I have actually classes till 4 o'clock. Let's see. Maybe if there is any, let me check with my family and let me know. If I am really free, then definitely I'll ping you. Is it fine?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can
Because I
update
have
you
booked
around.
now.
I can update you around 5 till 5 o'clock. Okay, is that fine?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and at the same time, tomorrow will be the same. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock we'll take class, and
We can start early if you want. Like, if we need to cover two hours as a class, then we can take at 10 if you are free.
okay, that's
Because
fine.
right now I have to cook lunch. It's a bachelor life, you know, right? How it will be.
Yeah, yeah, I understood. I
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah, no problem, Rakesh.
yeah.
This is, if anything, just openly tell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I
I
might
will discuss.
think that if I start the class, I'll forget everything. I'll
Yeah.
completely
I
focus
know.
on the subject itself. You can stop me anytime. You can stop me and let me know. So I don't know the situation, what is there in your room and all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. Let us close this class for today. So
Yeah.
this
We
is
can.
just introduction about the Linux and flavors
Yeah.
and all. Next class we'll talk about the commands. I'll show you. These are all
Yeah.
commands. I will show
Okay.
you how we have to do all these things. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So as you are already uh, having bit knowledge about Linux also, so let
Yeah.
us do
Yeah.
some kind of exercises. Okay, is that fine for you?
Yeah.
So you have AWS account, right?
Actually, I used to have a free account before 5 months. I don't know now I have or not. I will
Okay,
just let check that and I will inform you in the next
just
class.
yeah, yeah. Once if you free, just cross check and just make it activate your account,
Yeah, definitely.
right? So next
Yeah.
class will be we are going to start with the commands.
Okay.
So yeah, so maybe if possible today evening, or we'll take tomorrow morning.
Okay.
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 All right, Rakesh. This is all about this Linux flavors. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, Rakesh. Thanks for connecting. Have a good day. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.